Dear colleagues, good afternoon. We are meeting on the eve of two professional holidays in the transport industry, the Day of Road Workers and the Day of the Employee of Automobile and Urban Passenger Transport. I take this opportunity to congratulate everyone who is working in these important areas. Thank you very much for your responsible attitude to your business, for your competence and dedication. Special thanks, and we always emphasize this in such cases, to the veterans of the country's road and transportation industry. The quality of life of millions of our citizens, the development of trade relations, modern logistics, tourism, industry, business, our cities and towns, rural areas, in short, the whole country directly depends on reliable, uninterrupted transport links. I would like to note that motor transport ranks first in terms of cargo transportation, and its share in the total volume of cargo transportation is growing. This, in particular, is facilitated by the high rate of renovation of the road infrastructure gained in recent years. It is certainly important to preserve it.
Not only transportation depends on roads, but also the growth of automobile tourism, and this type of recreation is becoming more and more popular in our country, including due to the development of such high-speed trails as the M4, M12, M11 Neva. Therefore, all the planned plans in the field of road construction, of course, must be implemented. Thus, by 2030, at least 85% of federal highways and roads of the largest urban agglomerations, as well as roads of the backbone network of Russia, will have to be brought to a standard state. The share of regional routes meeting the standard should be at least 60%. I hope that the government, municipal and regional authorities, road construction and transport companies, and relevant scientific organizations will continue to rhythmically and consistently solve the tasks of modernizing the road infrastructure, forming international transport corridors more widely into practice. Finally, we should also not forget about the importance of strengthening export potential in the field of ecology. I repeat, all this is necessary for the sustainable development of the regions and the whole country in order to achieve our main goal, to improve the quality of life of people. Today we are taking another step in this large, complex work. We are opening a number of new road infrastructure facilities. This is a section of the A215 highway in the Republic of Karelia, a bypass of the village of Sokury in the Republic of Tatarstan, as well as a southern bypass of Surgut with a bridge over the Ob River in the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug. Congratulations to all of you on these significant events. Before proceeding to communicate with colleagues from the regions, I would like to ask Marat Khusnullin to inform us in general about measures aimed at developing the road sector, and then we'll get down to our usual ongoing work. Please, Marat Khusnullin.
Dear Vladimir Vladimirovich, this year, on your instructions, the government approved a 6-year road construction plan. For the first time in recent history, it combines measures at the federal, regional, and municipal levels, and all sources of financing are also secured. As a result, we have built a systematic work, negotiated contracts in a timely manner, and set up work on the accelerated implementation of measures. As a result, we are 29% ahead of schedule this year compared to last year. As a result, we can confidently say that by the end of the year, we will repair and build at least 28,000 kilometers of roads, which will be about 4,000 kilometers more than in 2024. We were able to achieve such results, among other things, through advanced financing, which is provided annually thanks to your support and the coordinated work of the government with the Ministry of Finance. We also have enough funds this year, and funds were added during the year, which allows us to exceed our plans for this year. The key priorities are the development of roads in the international transport corridors, north, south, west, east, Europe, western China, and access roads to them, in the gravity zone of which the majority of the population of our country lives. Today, high-speed traffic is provided from St. Petersburg to Moscow, Voronezh, Rostov-on-Don, Krasnodar, Simferopol, Kazan, Yekaterinburg, and Chelyabinsk. 3 months ago, Mr. Putin, you launched the Dyrtyuly-Etchyt section of the M12 Vostok Highway. Since that moment, 1,800,000 trips have already been made along the new road. The length of the route between Moscow and Yekaterinburg has been reduced by 200 kilometers, and from the Urals to Moscow can now be reached by car in 16 hours. Next year, we will extend the M12 Vostok Highway by more than 300 kilometers to Tyumen. Some sections of this road will already be launched this year. We are systematically expanding not only the transport corridors, but also the approaches to them. We are continuing major repairs with the expansion of the entrances to Ivanovo, Nizhny Novgorod, Izhevsk, Ulyanovsk, Ufa, Perm to 4 lanes. And today, we are opening a bypass of the village of Sokury in Tatarstan. The bypass will give a powerful impetus to the development of housing construction, new industries, and logistics along the M12 highway. This year, we have also opened a number of other important facilities. This is the first stage of the Khasavyurt bypass in Dagestan as part of the north-south corridor. As part of the west-east corridor, the first stage of the eastern bypass of Novosibirsk, a section of the new Ussuri Highway in Primorsky Krai, was opened, also with your participation, as part of the Far Eastern Forum. The development of the backbone network is an important priority. These are 140,000 kilometers of the busiest and most sought-after roads, along which most of the transportation of goods and passengers is carried out. The backbone network connects 2,160 anchor settlements in all regions of the country. Transport accessibility and connectivity are an important criterion for achieving the indicators of the national project Infrastructure for Life to improve the quality of the environment for life in key settlements. Memoranda have been signed with all regions to achieve these indicators, which provide for measures to update the street road network. All regions have signed it, Mr. Putin, and we are already fully working on this indicator. To improve the quality of the living environment, it is important to upgrade public transport. With your support, 16,300 new buses, trolleybuses, and trams have been delivered to the regions in recent years, which is very important for updating the rolling stock fleet and improving the quality of services. We have provided for the extension of these measures with financing until 2030 and approved a list of minimum requirements for purchased equipment, which allowed us to fix the cost of buses. We hope that all plans to upgrade public transport will also be implemented. Today, as part of the development of the backbone network and the construction of 50 city bypasses, implemented as a result of your message to the Federal Assembly in 2024, we are opening the southern bypass of Surgut with a bridge crossing over the Ob River. The technically complex project was built in harsh climatic conditions, and what is gratifying is that we are opening traffic ahead of schedule. The facility was implemented at the expense of the regional budget with federal support.
Also, as part of the development of the backbone network, sections of the M5 Ural Highway in the Chelyabinsk region, Kolyma in the Magadan region, and Scandinavia in the Leningrad region were introduced this year after reconstruction. Construction of the Omsk Northern Bypass has begun, also as part of the development of the corridor from St. Petersburg to Vladivostok. This year, they began bypassing Mariupol as part of the construction of a ring road around the Sea of Azov. I would like to say that the renovation and construction plan for this year has already been exceeded in the new territories. About 2,000 kilometers of roads have been built and reconstructed. And the weather is helping us so far. We are continuing construction. We are not stopping. Another landmark that we are opening today is the A215 road in Karelia. This is a good example of the connectivity of regions. Today, we are connecting Karelia, Leningrad, and Vologda regions along Lake Onega with one road. And this is the most important area for the development of tourism. The road is in high demand. Previously, there was no part of the road at all. There was a dirt road, but now it is a full-fledged road. I would like to thank all the road builders and builders for this great work and our largest federal contractors who have implemented these projects, which we are opening today. This is the company Natsprostroy, the largest in the country, the company VAD, High Quality Highways, one of the best, as well as the leading regional company Alexeyevsk Dorstroy. All these companies are currently implementing measures aimed at increasing labor productivity, including through the introduction of modern technologies and digital technologies. This allows you to shorten the construction time of facilities and save budget money. All facilities were built ahead of schedule. I would also like to thank the governors separately for their systematic work and attention to the industry. Today, all our plans are being fulfilled. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the entire road and transport industry and enterprise teams on the upcoming professional holidays, the Day of Road Workers and the Day of Workers of Automobile and Urban Transport. Wish you good health and success. Happy holidays. Vladimir Vladimirovich, the report is finished. Thank you.